across the bridge here so we can hit Apollo Beach and Gibsonton and put another track on that if we could. Moving 37 to 40 miles an hour. And right here is the spot, Gandy Bridge, south of the Howard Franklin, going over McDill. That would be our area of most concern. So everything that plots up basically north of McDill, Tampa, that's going to be the severe thunderstorm warning, but not necessarily where the dangerous part of the storm is. It's rotating. But where we see areas around Brandon, around Apollo Beach, that's going to be the spots where we're going to want to watch. Gibtown, around areas of Gardenville and Ruskin as well. Right in here, coming into the coastlines of the bay here at McDill, is where we have our potential tornado. Again, radar indicated, going for another 13 minutes. And I know I'm on chat. Ashley, if we've got you online, if we could also at some point switch over to the terminal Doppler and see if we see any different.
Yeah, there's one north of Shore Acres, which is already warned on. That's in effect, as we mentioned, currently until 5 o'clock. And then over Pinellas Park, that's moving at 40 miles per hour at a very quick rate toward McDill Air Force Base. But that second highlighted area that's appeared just as we've shown you on the last radar scan moving towards South Tampa, that's a very strong area. Now, we also have a weather cam we can reference now just to take a look out the window, so to speak, here at the News Channel 8. And we're looking at the direction off to the west, and you can see this incredibly dark area moving across the bay. As we mentioned, they're moving 40 to 50 miles per hour, so we know that they're moving quite quickly. And when you have a line of storms moving at that rate, you know that you're going to get some very, very strong wind gusts. But it's the highlighted areas that may indicate the possibility of tornadoes we're showing in those red areas. Now, the reflectivity Brian popped up there showed that strong line that is also showing a lot of lightning. And a lot of times when you see fast-moving storms, you don't always see as much lightning because the storms are moving so fast. What you're looking for mostly is high wind gusts, which we've already seen in places like the western part of Pasco County, but you're also looking for the possibility of tornadoes. This area is not under a severe thunderstorm watch, but clearly we are seeing some severe weather with these wind gusts. So to review, the warning issued by the local National Weather Service in Ruskin would include the downtown St. Petersburg area, but it's the area north and northwest of Shore Acres, just south of Gandy Boulevard and south of the Howard Franklin Bridge. And now just looks like passing over toward the South Tampa areas are the ones we're concerned with, but that's in effect here until 5 p.m. for another 12 minutes or so. Again, this is a tornado warning indicated by radar that there is a possibility of a tornado that could be on the ground or potentially over the water. That second area that we showed you in this squall line that's racing through Lutz, through Pinellas Park, into sections of Hillsborough County, now the airport, and moving into South Tampa, very close to the downtown Tampa area. Also, you can see moving toward the Skyway, which there'll be a concern for folks headed home from work during the afternoon and evening commute across the Skyway Bridge. You have to watch for that with a very high wind gust. But it's the area that we're talking about in the southern part of Pinellas County, the very high shear values we're seeing here on the radar, the Doppler radar, that pick out these areas. Fortunately for us, in the newer technology, we can highlight these areas, but not fortunate if there's obviously a tornado on the ground. So this is just north of Shore Acres, an area that's can be prone to flooding, but that's not our concern today. Our concern is the possibility of high winds and the possibility of tornadoes. So if you're in this area, north of Shore Acres in particular, right before it heads out over the bay, you want to take cover because there is a tornado warning in effect until 5 p.m. for this area. Headed toward McDill Air Force Base, and the folks at McDill are very well versed on dealing with severe weather. So no doubt they're taking precautions in and around this area because the storm is moving so quickly across the bay. That second highlighted area, Brian, if you want to take a look at that, that has just popped up on the latest scan, that high amount of shear in the atmosphere, and that's headed directly toward South Tampa. This is just south of the airport, Tampa International, south of the Howard Franklin Bridge, towards South Tampa at 4:58. So really within 5 to...
You could have cysts. You could have...
together, but the warned area we know for sure, indication on Doppler radar.
Winds and the heaviest rain at this point as this cell continues to work its way on shore.
So Brookdale Bayshore cam has been down.
So they've canceled the thunderstorm warning for Pinellas now.
Okay, that would also indicate they've canceled the tornado warning. It has got to be close to being canceled.
Yeah, you know, in the last scan here, if you can kind of flip over to this the velocity modes here, You can see it looks like maybe those winds are picking up a bit further to the south. So there you see in this last scan, right over here, you can see maybe along the, just to the south. This is MacDill Air Force Base right there. So just to the south of that, in the southwest, it looks like things are sort of redeveloping a little bit further down towards the south. And we've got some stronger winds moving up towards the northeast right now. So
that would be for basically portions of MacDill Air Force Base, and then maybe slicing.
Warning's been expired. The tornado warning.
Yeah, we expected that. Tornado warning has been expired early. It is moved over the bay. With that in mind, we do no longer have a tornado warning in effect. We're going to continue to watch this. Severe thunderstorm warnings remain in effect for Hillsborough County and also Manatee County. Let's take a look at what's happening in Manatee, because I didn't see. I don't think this. The warning for Manatee makes no sense, because there's nothing. There's no reason to have a warning up for Manatee at this point, as far as I can tell. It's mainly Hillsborough County. Strong thunderstorms from Tampa south moving up towards Brandon and maybe into Town and Country, Temple Terrace pretty soon. We'll watch that, and we'll go back to regular programming, and we'll be back at 5 o'clock with an update. But again, the tornado warning is expired. Severe thunderstorm warning remains in effect for Hillsborough and Manatee until 5:15. We're back with news at 5 o'clock. Don't go away.
Shh.